Hey guys, good morning. Here is my beautiful cup of coffee made with Nescafe instant coffee. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So I'm going to show you that it is very possible to make instant coffee taste really good. And I'm not making this video to try to convince anybody that instant coffee is better than regular coffee, because it is not. However, if you prepare it properly, it can be actually really, really good. So there's a few tips and tricks here that you may not know, so watch the whole video to make sure that you're not missing anything. And here we go. I'm going to show you the things that you have to do to make a perfect cup of instant coffee. All right, so the first part of making a really good tasting cup of instant coffee is the water. Now you don't want to use tap water, you want to use bottled or filtered water. The reason you don't want to use tap water is because it tends to have metals in it, and metals will change the flavor of your coffee. This works both for regular coffee and for instant coffee. But if you have to use tap water, use cold tap water, because if you use hot tap water, your water heater actually adds way more metals to your water than just the regular water in your pipe. So use cold tap water, but ideally you want to use bottled water. Okay, the second thing that you're going to do is you are going to use a heater or a kettle that heats your water up to a very specific temperature. And you want to empty out all the water out of this. You don't want any water in there. Every time you brew a cup of coffee, you use fresh water, because heating water up and then letting it cool down and then heating it up again actually makes the water lose dissolved oxygen, and that makes the water taste more flat. So you want the water to taste as crisp as you possibly want it. So always make yourself some fresh water every time you're going to brew. Okay, so we're going to pour in some fresh water in here. And I want to keep just a little bit, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Okay, so we'll close this up. All right, and temperature. You don't want to burn your coffee. You can definitely make your coffee taste bad if your water is too hot. So, okay, I like my water at 195 degrees or 90 degrees Celsius. Okay, so while the water's heating up, here is a very important trick. You're going to take your spoonful of coffee and you're going to put it inside your mug. Okay, and then you're going to add a little tiny bit of cold water. Okay, and dissolve your coffee that way. And what that's going to do is when you pour in the hot water, this dissolved coffee is going to buffer it so that you can't burn your coffee. Okay, so also what I'm going to do is right now is when I add my sugar, and I'm going to take some heavy whipping cream. I'm going to add that in there. So all these things are going to buffer that coffee. Basically, the way coffee works is you want to get as close as you can to the optimal temperature without going over, because as soon as you get a little too hot, you burn the coffee and it just doesn't taste good. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my 195 degree water. And this is as good as a cup of instant coffee can get. All right, so what did I end up with here? I ended up with a really good tasting cup of instant coffee that is not bitter at all because I didn't burn it, and it's not sour because I didn't use tap water. So, and like I said, I'm not trying to get into arguments here with coffee snobs. I myself am a lover of coffee. However, there is a way to have instant coffee that actually tastes good. All right, so that's my only point in this video. I'm not trying to convince you that you should stop your beans that were grown on the northern side of a Himalayan mountain on the 3rd month of April that were blessed by a yak. That's fine. You can keep having your fancy coffee. But there are millions of people that enjoy instant coffee, and there is actually a technique to make it. And I've noticed that not a lot of people have a technique to make this taste really good. So hopefully this video helps, and let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, guys, well, thank you very much for watching this video. If you do use instant coffee, and I know a lot of you do, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you know how to make a perfect cup of instant coffee. So guys, I'm going to enjoy this cup, you enjoy yours, and hey, if you want to buy me a coffee and you like this video, there's that little icon on the bottom that says super thanks. I will be super thankful if you give me a super thanks to help support this channel. Also, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel to be notified when I make more videos. All right, guys, good morning to you, and I'm going to have some coffee. Yeah. Oh, that's how I drink my coffee too, by the way. I have to slurp it like that. Yeah. That's another thing. Slurping your coffee makes it taste so good. It really, really annoys my wife, but I gotta slurp it. I'm a slurper. Yeah. All right, guys. See you in the next video.